Hey guys, Johnny again. Right, the thread going around YouTube, and the last video I watched was Mike, Metal Mickey, and it's he's done top 5. If I can remember what it was, just check my screen. Get back on in a minute. I should have checked this first. See, twit I am. I can't find it. That could be a... Right. Here's Dawn. If I can get it. Oh, what's going on? Ah, here we go. So 5 bands the VC doesn't seem to like, and
hello again.
Hey Mike.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Right, so 5 bands the VC doesn't like, or seem to like. Either I'm not watching the right videos, or subscribers, but these are the ones that I think are being missed out, and I'm not going to do a top 5. I'm going to do 10. I could actually do a lot more, but I'm going to do 10, and then might throw in one if I decide to throw it in, or do another video. So my top 10. This is in no particular order, but these are just 10 that I feel the VC. I don't really see videos on these bands, and it would be great to. UFO is one band. I'm sure there's people out there that like UFO, but I must be watching the wrong videos, because no one I watch ever holds up UFO. So yeah, or I've missed your video if you have shown it. So what I'd say is, if you've done a video on the artist I'm showing, post the link to my down below the comments, and just put in it what it is. UFO video, Queen video, something else, and no porn please, no porn, and unless you find a good site. So yeah, and then I'll pass it on to Mike for you. Right, yeah, so UFO, awesome band, and a lot of people like the stuff with Michael Schenker. I actually prefer the stuff, I like the early 80s stuff, from No Place to Run onwards to the Mechanics and the other one, Making Contact and all that. So yeah, that's one of them. Next one is one that by the Cult. This band here, I don't see many people mentioning this, but then, you know, I only listened to this album for the first time last year, and so I'm quite a late starter. And if you ever hear the song Sun King, and that is awesome. ED, that's a cool song. Firewoman, that's one of the singles as well. But yeah, that's a band that you don't really see people showing stuff. So right, the next one is probably the only American band I pulled out today, and it's by the band Berlin, and I really love this band. Obviously not a metal band or anything, just new wave pop, electronic music, what do they call it, what's that phrase they call it now, EDM, I think it is. electronic dance music. Yeah, that's it. This is like the earlier form of it. But yeah, I love the songs on here. You Don't Know and like Flames and stuff like that. Take My Breath Away. Just really cool. That's like 31 years ago. Where's the time flown? Another band I don't see much of, and they should be up there, far superior to the band that was sort of in this league in the 70s, and that is Meridian. Now, if none of you out there have listened to Meridian, the Fish era, even stuff with the I always call him the newer singer, but he's been around in the band since about 1990, so can't really call him the newer singer. But you know, this is the Fish era, the 80s, and this is far superior to Genesis. That's why I kept Genesis Records, because I loved Meridian. It's prog rock, sorry. And I thought, yeah, I'd get into Genesis really easy. But honestly, when you've listened to this, you won't go back to Genesis. Genesis is pretty shit. So, yeah. Meridian, absolutely amazing. Another band that you don't hear people putting on, it might be because they might be embarrassed. But I love this band as well. And they've done a hell of a lot of good songs as well. And it is Duran Duran. And you know, when you're listening to Save a Prayer, The Chauffeur, Hold Back the Rain, Hungry Like a Wolf, Rio, that's just, you know, that's a cool album. Really cool. And you know, I can play that and my little girl will just get up and dance and stuff like that, and that makes my day. Another cool band from the 80s, and I love this band as well, and it is Talk Talk, and this is the Natural History Greatest Hits, or the best of. Now, my favourite song is Such a Shame. You know, there's all of them tracks are awesome, and yeah, I actually bought this on cassette in 1991 time, and yeah, really cool. So check them out on YouTube. Such a Shame. Check that song out. Another amazing band I'm well into even after all these years. First song I really loved of theirs was The Sun Always Shines on TV, and that came out in 85, and it is Aha, and this album is awesome. Scoundrel Days and Manhattan Skyline is on there. It's one of my all-time favourites. Scoundrel Days is an awesome song as well. Cry Wolf, I loved it when it came out. I sort of cringe at it now a bit, but you know, the rest of the tracks on there are awesome, and if you listen to the other albums, they're cool. I'd say the first album, it's got some cool tracks on it, and then some really ones that I want to sort of press the next button, and just I cringe and go, oh, I can make them really cool songs. Train of Thought and stuff like that, and Sun Always Shines on TV, and then they come out with a couple of other songs on that first album, and it's pretty shocking. But love the band, and I still follow them to this day. They've made some awesome albums even since 2000. So right, Depeche Mode, Violator. And this is quite a dark album. It's got is it this one? No, it's not this one. It's the next one that's dark. But this has got World of My Eyes, Enjoy the Silence, Policy of Truth, Halo is a cool song. But I do prefer the album that came after this. I don't have it on vinyl, and I must get it. And but yeah, Depeche Mode, awesome band. Not too keen on some of the newer stuff, the recent stuff, but the 80s, awesome, and quite a bit of the 90s as well. Another band I don't see much of on the VC, Dire Straits. It's probably because most people are probably fed up of hearing them, but I never tire of listening to Brothers in Arms. That is just one song that's epic. That should be in my next lineup for epic songs. Yeah, Money for Nothing does my... Oh, I can't even put it on. Walk of Life is shocking. I absolutely hate that song. So Far Away is just amazing. And those two tracks just make it all much better. But I'd stick on Money for Nothing, like the best of Dire Straits. And you've got all them tracks on there, and Telegraph Road, that's cool as well. And this one, the last one, by Tears for Fears. Now I used to play this over and over and over again on cassette back in when I was probably about 11 years old, 12 years old, and when I listen to that now, I just think, my God, that is awesome. There's probably about one song on there I don't really like, but the rest is just killer. You know, that's an awesome album that came out at that time. And you just don't see people showing this in the VC, apart from me. And if you do, please put a link below, because I'd love to see it. I do love Tears for Fears. I've got loads of this stuff. So, I've just given away a lot for someone's birthday. So, yeah, amazing. And I'm going to throw in a bonus, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody else show this band. This is a really a heavy band. They were very gothic at the start of their career, and I didn't like the first few albums, and then I got into them when this album came out, and then I listened to the album before. I still got that, and then I just followed them all the way through. But I stopped listening to them probably in the mid 2000s, so when I stopped listening to their stuff. And now I watch the stuff on YouTube and I think, they've gone back to their roots, and it is Paradise Lost. And if any of you have watched my previous video, I recommended listening to Forever Failure, and if you haven't listened to it, listen to it. It is a damn cool song, one of my epic favourites. So, but this album is just awesome all the way through. So it's pretty killer. So if you don't know of them, just check them out on YouTube before you buy the stuff. But it would be great to see more people show Paradise Lost, and if you have shown Paradise Lost, put the link below in this video. And that's it for my bands that I think people don't show enough in the VC, or haven't shown any of it. So yeah, please, I'd love to see your responses. Keep rocking, and hi to the VC, and cheers. See you later.